Hello, everybody. Good to be with you. I'm here on one of these cold, wintry days that hitting below zero. And we haven't had this for a while in our area. And understandably, there could be a couple different attitudes toward it. Some people say, oh, this is horrible. It's ruined my day. I'm freezing. And you can have legitimate complaints, especially people need to be careful about the weather. On the other hand, some said, oh, wonderful day. Hey, the kids said that because they've had school off. So have the teachers. So it all depends upon how you look at it. Actually, I didn't want to talk about the weather, but rather I'm going to talk briefly about the college football championship that happened this week. Part of the reason is because many of you know this, that it was Ohio State playing Notre Dame. And for me, that was quite a quandary in this way, that I've always loved Ohio State, and hey, I'm a Catholic priest, shouldn't I love Notre Dame? Well, I mean, I do anyway. I would have, because of just their storied history. Here they're playing each other. And I remember asking one of the masses this past weekend, who are you for? Raise your hand if you're for Ohio State. Many did. Raise your hand if you're for Notre Dame. Many did. Raise your hand if you don't care who wins. A bunch of people were right there. It wasn't that big a deal. And the reason I bring this up is the game, when it was on at the conclusion, late at night. I know I stayed up late, and they talked with the coaches and everything. And I remember a fan, didn't hear that person right in that moment, but later when they were interviewing people, fans from Notre Dame, the one fan was just so upset. Hey, understandably, they just lost. They were so close. They were so excited for it and believing they were going to win, and so this was very disappointing. But the fan said this. The fan said, "Oh, our whole season has been ruined." And looking down, and again, maybe because it was just recent, you could feel that way. But I have to say, they were interviewing Coach Freeman, who was the coach, got a lot of attention this last several weeks. He's the coach of Notre Dame, just in his third year, and has such a positive spirit and cares about the kids, and the other coach does too from Ohio State. But they were focusing in on him, particularly looking at the issue of the loss. I'm even struck that he was willing to have a press conference to talk right after the loss, to talk with the people and the reporters there. And of course, somebody that was a reporter was saying something about, oh, this has to be disappointing, what a way to end. And Coach Freeman said, well, yes, he was disappointed. He wanted to win. He thought they possibly could. But then he went on to say he said, this has been a great season. This has been a wonderful opportunity with our kids. Hey, we lost to Northern Illinois in the second game way back in the fall, and people thought they were putting us down and saying it's going to be terrible. And he was making a point, and I know he's a man of faith. He's a man of just good qualities, and being able to say, hey, no, this season has not been ruined by this. Has this been disappointing? Yes. But we've had a fantastic season. 13 wins, 2 losses now. Look at that. But I bring that up because so much is our own attitude, whether it's about the weather or whether it's about some sort of competition we're in, how we can view it. And mentioning that, I want to say I went back thinking about that to when I was in 6th grade at Finley School, and this would have been about 1957. I was in the spelling bee championship of our school, and I was excited about it. I studied for it, and what ended up happening is I came in second. And I still remember that vividly. I came in second. Oh, how awful. What a loser I was. And that's how I felt for a few days, and it even lingered. And I remember even then, my Sunday school teacher, who I was very close to, said to me, hey, you came in second out of 70 kids in your 6th grade. you should look at it that way. Yes, you're disappointed, but hey, get another perspective. Especially, most people probably do in a matter of time. And then the other part of this that I want to wrap up with is that in terms of spirituality or faith, whatever you believe in, our identity should first of all be in if I win this game, or if I'm the best on this team, or if I best somebody else out that I don't like very well, somehow I can feel good about myself, or if things don't go the way I want, I have to feel awful about myself. We're reminded that God taught us in Jesus and with other spiritual leaders that our deepest identity is in the fact that we are a child of God. Nobody can take that away. That we are loved by this God who created us, brought into us being, and is with us every step of the way. Hey, doesn't mean we're not going to be disappointed or be frustrating or hurt. But on the other hand, I remember seeing some film years ago where a fella had been a star player in high school, lost the final game. He's 70 years old. He's still regretting it when he's at his high school reunion. So keeping a perspective, wanting to win, sure. On the other hand, we've won already because we are all beloved of God, and that's what matters most. Let's not forget that. Have a great day, whether it's cold, whatever it is, because you're alive and you're here. Amen.